Trapper Dave out. This is January the 6th. Just starting a new year off. We ain't done much trapping, been kind of slow. But we're back to a location that we trapped back about 10 months ago, I guess. We had them all caught out and they moved back in. They are making an awful smash here ever was. This right here is one of their crossovers. They're coming out of the pond right there, one right on down. They travel this according to the landowner. Well, right there's their truck camera. They monitor this all the time. One reason for trespassers and another reason for to see what I was using. But last year, this hole of water right here was probably about 6 foot further down there than it was this year. So they've, or 10 months ago, so they've got it dammed up right down there just below where the sun's on the water. And then on down there further, looks like they've got it dammed up again. But anyway, last year I could drive across here, and this year I can't drive. I'm gonna have to probably carry my stuff around. But anyway, we're gonna put probably several sets in here, cause I don't know how many is here, but there's looks to be several. Like I said, we had them all caught out. They cleaned all this up. They could drive back and forth across here, and now it's twice as bad as it ever was. So I'm gonna put in probably several sets, probably 2 through here, one on the foothold down there, probably foothold sets, and then I'm gonna go back down in the woods there and put out a few. Last year I caught some down there on some crossovers. They probably put a couple down there again just to make sure. Probably back up there in that corner we're going to put in 1 or 2 and see what we can do here for the next few days. Shouldn't be much problem to catch 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, depends on what's here. But we're going to start getting our stuff unpacked and get everything out here and go to setting. I'm going to do some videos throughout the process. That way show a little bit more about what's going on in my sets and stuff like that. We'll catch y'all here later on. Okay, we're getting stuff spread out. Started putting sets in place. Right here is this pond's probably up 5 foot compared to what it was when we was down here about 10 months ago. But this up through here is they're coming up fresh chew on this tree right here, and then right there, just above my shadow, there's fresh chew marks, and I can see on up that holler right there. They're going on up there and eating on the cutting brush and stuff like that. And what we've done, we've put a 330 conibear. That's it right there. If they're running on the bottom, you can tell it's a bright color. You can see that right there. So they're coming up through here some, and we're probably going to come back and want to get everything in place. May put out a little bit of lure, may not. We'll just see what happens. But anyway, we're going to move on down. I'm going to put a couple more down the side of this pond here. I'm going to fix me a caster mount set. Actually, when I was down here before, I caught one right here. What they're doing, they're coming out. See that tree up there? They're going up there. They've got stuff cut 40, 50 yards up there above the pond. There's nothing left. They're cutting it off. So they're using that, cut that tree down. Got this and cut down, that and there cut up. Got one cut out in the pond right there. Right here. This right here is real fresh. Real very fresh, been done last night. So what we're going to do, we're going to put us a MB 750 foothold set right there in that grass. Just a blind set. Take us some of these chips, make us a little fake caster mount set, and we'll probably have a catch right there within 2 nights. Done that a lot, works very well. When I get it fixed, I'll show you more about what I do. Okay, I was going back to that last one, following timed out, but what I've done is, like I said, I put a 750 foothold. It's right there in that grass, probably about 8 inches underwater. I anchored off over here. Here's my cable, anchored off. When I come back up here to put my beaver caster, my fake caster mound set out, I'll stake it down real good. And well, I've already got it staked down good. I mean, right there it is, but I'll hide my cable and make me a big old set right here. And because they've been here the last couple of days eating this stuff down. Them trees right there. We're gonna move on down now. Probably should put a trap right there, but they're hitting right here in this. But probably what we're gonna do is move on down to a it looks like a better trail. This right here, they're hitting it hard. Up there's another, I mean, they're wearing this out. So we're gonna put us in, we got one 330, got one 330 up there we just set, got a 750 right there, foothold. We're gonna come on down and put us another 330 conibear right there. And that way we'll have 3 on this side. And we're gonna have 3 along the dam there. I'll show that to you. I've got to wait and set those last, cause when I break the dam loose, the water's gonna go, and I don't want to be trying to cross there in case it knocks me over. But anyway, so we're probably gonna have out at least 9, probably about 9 sets, 8 or 9 beaver sets, and then we may do a few raccoon sets also. There's a lot of coons around here, and we honor across the pond, we're probably going to put a set over there. So we've got plenty of areas to set, and we should here, we're going to hit this pretty hard for probably about 3 or 4 nights, so we should end up having a few catches here. Too much beaver sign, not too, otter sign. So we should be all right. We'll catch y'all here in a few minutes when I get this 330 set made. Okay, here we are. On these right here, if you ain't never trapped, these H stands, they are the ideal thing for trapping. I'm setting this right down on here, just like that right there. If anybody wants to know what that orange thing is, that's my safety to keep this from firing when I'm not, when I'm setting it. And I sure don't want to be a mile back from the road and get to myself caught and then have to wire this out of here to get somebody to help me get it off. But anyway, there's my stand. That trap's probably about 6 inches underwater, which is fine. I've got my anchor over here, just a T-bar stake. I'm gonna take some of this grass and like try to blend it in just a little bit. Maybe some of this here is in the water, but maybe like a little bit of that right there. And looks good right there. So we're just gonna anchor off right here. Now, these are the only thing you use T-bar stakes for on those is for your just to keep your trap in place, cause I have lost them a couple times. They're not fun to fish out. If you get a catch in there and it comes off that stand, a lot of times they do, and they will go out in the pond. So yeah, that's just part of it, but they don't look too bad. There got grass on both sides, and I'll probably come back right here, put me a bunch of chips. Probably get me a bunch of those chips up there, put them out, put me a little trapping lure there. There's a local sporting goods store. They've started using some, carrying some, I've not used none yet. This is going to be my first place, but a lot of other people's been using some of their products, and they have done real well with it. So we're going to give it a shot or two down here tonight with I just got me in some beaver lure, some of the top predator bait. So we'll see what happens with it. It's supposed to be real good stuff. So if it is, we're going to give hopefully the local sporting goods store some advertisement. But anyway, ease back over here. And they're coming. Put my foot in here and they're cutting brush around, and I'm that far away from the pond, and they're cutting the brush down, because you can see where they're dragging it back down through there. Anyway, we're gonna get down here and set a couple more, and I'll be back just in a few minutes. Okay, this is set number 4, I believe it is. Yeah, set number 4. Here's the main part of the little stream here. They've got this dammed up probably 3 or 4 foot high. Water's running through over there, but right here is what they call a crossover. It's right up and down through here. I caught right here last year, still using the same thing. I mean, it's pretty much 100% guaranteed location. Normally I don't like to set 330s on a crossover due to the fact if you do catch something, well, it messes them up for several days. But they're probably using again right over there towards that green bush there, ivy. They're probably using over there again. But anyway, what I done right here was there's another 330. I put just a few sticks up, sort of like for a little funnel. You don't have to do that, but sometimes I like to just see if I can get them to go through there. That's just part of it. Just something to try, little tricks and stuff like that. Up there's a balloon, looks like what that is. But anyway, the pond's probably 80 yards up there, and they got it dammed up all the way back around up there to where the pond's at. So they're in here. Just hope we can help them out here for a night or two. I believe we will be able to. We're going to ease back around up through here and finish up on this side of the pond before we turn the water over the hill. But catch y'all in a few minutes. Okay, we're back up here where we was at. Made the first 3 sets. We put out a couple of DP for raccoons. Got one right here. Got one right over there, sitting right there. Anyway, here's also where we had the 750 foothole. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go right up here, get me a bunch of these shavings. I do this a lot. Just a good handful is all you need. I'm going to come right down here. Traps right there in that little open spot. I'm going to put these right here. Put me a little mud up there. Hide my cable there. But anyway, we'll get it over here out of the way. There we go. Got my cable hid. It's alright. Here's some more shavings. Here's some of these. Put them right there. Just right here. And then right here, beaver call there. This is a Hoosier Trapper Supply. We're going to put a little bit of this out here. Get well, it smells good. Ooh, doggies. Smells real good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit on that on my shavings right there. It's hard to do this and video at the same time, but I'm going to put me a little stick in there and then put a little bit around the edge of the water there. So if they come up through here tonight, you done got fresh beaver chews laying out there in the water, so they're going to get upset when they find out there's another beaver here. But anyway, we're gonna get this thing set and move on back down towards the truck. We're probably about 2/3 done. I think we like 3 or 4 traps down there along where the vehicles are sitting over there, and then we'll be out here for the day. Catch y'all in a few minutes. Basically the same scenario here is there's our 330. We got some grass inside of it. I just got me a handful of shavings right there. Put me a little bit of that call lure right there, and so that makes 3 sets, 2 330s and a 750 foothold trap up through there on that side right there. So they're up in here, you can tell chews on the trees and all that, so we should be good up in this area. Now we're going to be back down on the dam. I've got one more coon cuff to put out down here below the dam of the pond, and so that way we got pretty much everything covered. We don't like a whole lot having that baby chewed off. Well, there's some good shavings. I need to bring me a bag and start putting some of them and keep them, I guess, for future sets. But anyway, they have got pictures of them in as high as 3 or 4 to a time in a picture. I think 3 a couple of times, maybe 4 once. 2 pictures a lot of times in their videos, so we know there's a bunch here. We're going to set this coon cuff down here, and then we're going to get back over towards the shagging wagon there across the dam of the pond. Okay, we just come down this little trail right here. We come from back up that way. Should be a good area for ringtails. Got water. Got some good oak in here. There's a big white oak, good food source. Stuff like that. So they should be in here. I know they get a lot of pictures of them, so what we're going to do, we're going to put a little bit of bait in there. Going to put us a little bit of salmon oil around it for attractant. And we're done on this side of the pond. We got to get right back up, right up there along the dam. Put in a couple of footholes, put in a foothold back over that way, and we got one more 330 to do on the side up there, and we out of here for today. We'll catch y'all in a few minutes. Okay, you can see they've got this stopped up bad. Last year, that fence right there was about 4 foot of it, 3.5 foot of it showing. Now there's about 18 inches, so they've raised that water this much. There's a culvert right out there where that big clump of dirt sticking up. That's what got all this started. They stopped the culvert up, then they started building across the dam. Last year I walked, no joke, when I was back here 10 months ago, I walked through there and it was barely above my ankles. And now it's probably waist deep in there. They can't even cross here and they're side by side because water gets up in the floorboard and they get wet from sitting in the seat. So, you know, that's pretty good. But what we done right out there, you probably can't see it from here, but right out here, right in there is our pan. That's our 750 foothold, beaver trap foothold, especially for beavers. Right there sets your trap. We busted this out. Waters are running crazy. And when they come dark tonight, they're probably gonna come over here and try to fix this. Because every night they tear it out, they build it back. We anchored right here with our T-bar stake. I'm gonna move a little bit more of that brush so we don't get tangled up. And then right over there, about 20 foot, we're gonna put us another one in. You may be able to see my trap sitting over on top of the dirt pile. But anyway, we're gonna put one in right there. And then we're gonna put a foothold in down there in that lower part where the crossover's coming up. And then we'll be done right here. We're gonna move on around the other side of the pond over there. Catch y'all in a few minutes. Okay, we're about to wrap up. Getting close. We just put just crossover here. That is wore out. They get pictures about every night, all times of the night. I mean, practically every night, but all times of the night of beavers and otters are going up and down. But right down there,
about 8 inches, 10 inches from the bank. I can barely see the shadow, but there's a 750 foot hole down there, and they're using that, so we should have I think I had 2 catches here back about 10 months ago when I was there, so they're using that. If I can climb back up on top here. There we go. Whew, hard on, fat boy. Anyway, a little bit explained about what we've done. Up in that corner, there's 5 traps. 2 330s, 750, couple of coon sets on around. We've got 2 750s in that foot, in that damn crosshair. They clean it out every night, stop it back up, so that's a great location. On down through there, way down there, probably about 80 yards, we've got a 330 and a crossover, got a 750 and a crossover, and we got another coon set over there. So that's a total of 10 sets right there. And then there's a lot of damage up through here, but I guess that's a little duck blind or something up there. I'm not sure what all that is, but we're gonna ease up that way and see what's going on up there. Okay. Well, they've been in here too. Got that in lint over. Them 2 cut off. 2 lean, 3 or 4 leaning right up there. There's one in the pond. So what we're gonna do is right over here, we're gonna put us a 330 right there. Or one of the spots, I don't know which. Probably more the fresher sign over here. But there's somebody's hunting blind, looks like. So ease on around. This right here is last night's cutting. Jeez, man, they're using this big time right here. But up across the other side of the pond, you can see cutting. So we'll probably be here 4 or 5 days, trying to help these people out. But there's fresh castor mound set. This is going to be the ultimate place right here to set a 330. So that's what we're going to do. Took a total of about a minute. There we go. There's our set. We're going to put a little bit of call lure right here. Get that done. There's a big lodge right on up there. So we're going to put our call lure out, and we'll get out of here and get back up the hill if we can get back up the hill. I believe we can. We'll know shortly.